decided to not do a show on Wednesday that had nothing to do with the events that happened on Wednesday. We had just decided earlier in the day there wasn't much to talk about, so we decided to take the night off, and we both had things we wanted to get done. And I swear it was like a half hour after we decided that is when I saw come across my social media that Charlie Kirk had been shot. So I'm going to state up like right up front that I am a fan of his. I've watched a lot of his Turning Point USA videos. I like a lot of the things that he had to say and the way that he said things. His whole spiel was, I want to talk to people. And that's why he set up these things at college campuses. Come talk to me. Here's what I believe we need to do to get America back on the right track. If you don't agree with me, come talk to me and prove me wrong. That was his tagline. He's been doing it since he was 18 years old, and he's reached millions of people doing this. And unfortunately, somebody didn't like the things he had to say and shot and killed him on Wednesday. And I also want to state that I really, truly contemplated recording a video and putting it up Wednesday night just to make a statement on it. But I was like, no, we do our best to avoid politics on this show, and let's not do that. I'll not talk about it. But then, as I have a lot of friends who are in the comic book world on social media, someone had posted things about this Gretchen Felker Martin, who was hired by DC to write the Red Hood comic book, the ongoing Red Hood comic book, who was basically cheering on the death of Charlie Kirk. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to get into exactly what she posted. It was on Blue Sky, which I'm not on Blue Sky, but someone screenshotted it and it went on social media, and it like went everywhere. And so I got up Thursday morning and I was like, oh, so teed up. But I had a doctor's appointment on Thursday. It was a pre-scheduled doctor's appointment. I was like, all right, I was going to get up and record something and post it. But I was like, no. And I even wrote up what I was going to say. And I'm like, no, I'll record it when I get back. By the time I had gotten back from the doctors. Oh, and the other important thing is that I want to point out is the book launched on September 10th, on the day that he was shot and killed, because Wednesday's New Comic Book Day. So issue 1 was out on that day. By the time I got back home, the narrative had shifted. The DC canceled the book and ended their relationship with her, and that book is done and over with. But then I was like, all right, I'll wait till Sunday to talk about this. But that was the whole thing. It touched the comic book world. So I was like, all right, this is God telling me, go ahead, talk about it on your show. Because the other thing I wanted to point out, and I'm sure that one of the things I wanted to point out, that, and you and I talked about this in text back and forth, that was the most disgusting thing about this isn't the fact that he was like, I'm horrified that someone decided to take a gun and shoot this man who was very peaceful, non-confrontational, in the sense of he didn't go out and he never got angry and he never belligered people. He like talked to them, and someone thought, no, I don't like that. I have to kill this person. But aside from that, I go on Facebook and I understand some of the extreme left people that I am quote unquote friends with on social media cheering it on. But then I see people that I've known in real life for a long time who I thought I knew either cheering it on or justifying it. And it just like, it was a hole in the pit of my stomach. I just was so sick over this. And I didn't know what to do. And it's so disgusting. That's the level of political discourse in our country now. Not only does some fringe lunatic decide it's okay to kill a peaceful political commentator, but people like the people who you don't even think are on the fringe of it are cheering it on or justifying it. A friend of mine I've known since fucking high school posted that they didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was before this, but after they saw the headline, they decided to do some research. So, but they spent 5 minutes on Googled his name, saw a couple articles, and said, "Oh, and he was sexist and Islamophobic and anti-Semitic and all these other things." the right needs to pick different people to appreciate. Like, it was this big, long, stupid post that was basically saying it's okay that Charlie Kirk had died. Like, even though they don't think that's what they were saying, it's exactly what they were saying with that post. And it's just, I've been like struggling with this since I saw that. I don't know. Would you have anything? What did you think when you heard the news? I'd like to, first off, let me ask you this. Did you even know who Charlie Kirk was before he was assassinated? Had you watched any of his videos?
No. If someone would have said, "Hey, Don, what do you know about Charlie Kirk?" I would have said, "What? Kirk Cameron? What? Kurt Cobain? Kirk Douglas? No, I don't know. Cavs in 5." But now I do, which, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to get into his message or nothing, although there's certainly things I've heard where we align, particularly religiously. But yeah, so screwed up because, like I said, I was not aware of him, and now I am. So the person that decided that because of what he says, he deserves to die, has amplified his message and overall people's awareness of him
Yeah.
tenfold. In fact, I saw something where like there are now like 3,000 plus applications to open new Turning Point charters.
They said that
on school campus.
They said his personal social media account, and this isn't not the Turning Point USA social media account. His personal account went from 5 million to 8 million followers after he passed away. And I'm sure some of them were jerks, just they wanted to comment or something or whatever. But I do think it was a lot of people who were curious. Like, what did this guy say that was so bad? Let's take a look at his social media. The other thing I saw was there was a Free England protest that was originally set up that converged into a memorial for Charlie Kirk. Not unplanned, not planned. It just happened, and over 1 million people came to it. So You're right. They made a martyr out of this man.
And then, so given all that, my mind immediately goes to, hell, was this actually a right wing on right wing attack for the purposes of amplifying? That's how fucked up that's what I think of our current establishment.
And that's a narrative that they're trying to push because he was raised. This has happened in Utah, right? And it's a very red state. When he was raised by a conservative family, and all of a sudden they're trying to push that narrative because his parents are conservative. But there's somebody that we both know who will remain fucking nameless for the rest of the days of this podcast, who tried to make that argument, who that person themselves is one of the most left people I know and has conservative parents and is complaining all the time about, oh, whenever I go to visit, they got Fox News on. Oh, they're always just trying to get me mad. Yeah. Oh, those damn conservatives. So it's like, how can you sit there and believe the narrative that he's conservative because his parents are conservative, but you yourself are not conservative and you were raised by conservative parents? Come on, give me a break. A lot of this is where a lot of this comes from. I truly believe is these people they know in their heart they have been supporting the left. And I'm not saying this is not an all Democrats comment. This is the left has decided to allow fringe people in their side. The Democrats are like, oh yeah, you're this, you're welcome. Oh yeah. And it's led to violence. It's led to bloodshed. They keep pointing out, this isn't me. I keep seeing it pointed out over and over again. George Floyd unfortunately was killed, and that wasn't right. But people rioted and burned down cities. And Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of 1,000 or 2,000 students, and we hold vigils. That's one of the big differences between the two sides. And so that's the problem, is that they know this. They know in their heart. They try to sit there and say it's not true, but they know in their heart the violence is happening more on one side than the other. People, they keep trying to say it's the right, but it's not. So what we're ending up with is now people have to try to justify things in their mind. They have to try to change the narrative so they feel better about themselves at the end of the day. Let's be honest. If you're sitting there and you're voting for the party that's allowing this to go on, you can't but you believe you're the good guy. You've got to do this. You've got to say, oh, no, it's okay because of this, or oh, it's justified because of this. Because if you don't, you have to look in the mirror and admit, maybe I'm on the wrong side. So,
listen, any side, and I'm really not a left first right guy. I'm really not. The dehumanization of each other that has led us to this.
Yes.
And I will say that one side does that more than the other, because the left right is always, oh, they're a Nazi. Oh,
I've been called a Nazi myself, just like, because. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Frosty, it's politics to speak tonight. Which again, I completely detest all of it, but we are talking about the fact that, this Mr. Kirk, he was one of those guys, a lot like the malnourished lumberjack Matt Walsh, who is only on my radar because he gives us shitty opinions about Star Wars. But anyway, they go to these college campuses and they do antagonistic things, I guess would be harsh, but they know their subject matter. They know they're going to go to the colleges. They're going to be surrounded by college kids, and a small percentage of those college kids are going to be dumb enough to think, hey, I'm going to get on this microphone and I'm going to say something that's going to convince him, or at least convince everybody that's listening to him. And so they have these exchanges, and maybe some of them do have points, but do you think those points are ever going to make it on somebody's show? No, they're farming for you to say some crazy shit that they own you. We see those on the YouTube videos. Somebody blah 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 owns this person, and that's all they're doing. They're farming for clicks. They're farming for confrontation, verbal confrontation. But now, here's the scary part. But now we know that this dehumanization has led to the fact that we could be at Comic-Con and someone that really doesn't like lesbian space witches could be there and want to shoot me.
Yeah.
That's the silly thing I just said, but it's really not that far outside of the realm of possibility.
It's something that I have said for a long time, and we have really, as a culture, we have lost the respect for human life. We no longer think human life is sacred. I'm not saying you or I am saying culturally, I feel that's where we're at, and it's not a good place to be. And again, you see it on the mainstream media where it's like right-wing fascist, Nazi, this person's terrible. Oh, we hate Trump, and anyone who supports Trump believes everything that he believes, because again, one side is like that. You have to believe everything the way they believe it, or they kick you out.
Or if a certain person is elected, Trump, I'll die. I've heard that. Oh no, this group of people are going to die if this elected official is legally elected.
So if you keep hearing that over and over again, especially a young person who is on social media all the time, and social media quickly becomes an echo chamber, like that's one of the things. People got to turn your computer off once in a while and go out and touch grass and interact with your neighbors and get away from social media. But yeah, it becomes an echo chamber. So when you hear this stuff, because it's been proven, these algorithms will feed you stuff to make you angry, to keep you on their platform longer, so you'll interact more.
In these silos of thought.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So that's what's radicalizing a lot of people. So there's a lot of people who said that in 8 years, Charlie Kirk could have run for president and probably would have won. So if you believe he's an evil Nazi fascist, you think you're doing the right thing by taking them out. And I heard this yesterday, I think, on one of the podcasts I watch. It's the baby Hitler argument. Right. Oh, if you could go back in time and kill baby Hitler before he became the dictator, would you? So if you could kill Charlie Kirk before he becomes president, oh, then you're doing the right thing. And it's just, no, you're not. Like, we have to get back to realizing human life is precious, and
absolutely,
like, we have polite discourse. You're allowed to disagree with someone and have a conversation about it. You're not allowed to call them a Nazi and a fascist because you have a difference of opinion. One of the things that keeps coming up is that people are trying to say that he was sexist. No, he believed in traditional gender roles. But that's one of the things people say, oh, if you believe in traditional gender roles, then you don't believe women have any rights and you're a sexist. And no, not at all. Like, just men and women are different, and women traditionally stay at home and raise the kids, and the man goes out and earns the living for the family. I know our society's changed a lot in the last 100 years, and I like, yes, women should work if they can work, and I don't have anything against that, but there are traditional roles in a family, and we're just built differently. It's biology too as well, but yeah, because you don't hold all of the views of a feminist, then you're a sexist. And it's just, no, that's not true. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop demonizing either side because they don't believe what we believe. But I fear
No,
when, like,
that's just it, man. Like, I really don't know a whole lot about what Charlie Cook stood for. I really don't. But in no way, shape, or form should somebody feel that his life should be ended. Certainly should not feel that they are the ones that should end his life. And at the end of the day, if you want to make change in this world, you got to lead by example. So just do you, boo, and live your life happy. And that's how you promote your brand. Look at me. I've got 12 face piercings, blue and orange hair. Work it. I'm enjoying life. And that's how you don't worry about me, worry about you, and we're all good. And for those that celebrate it, it's just very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Here's what I would say. And to anyone, I'm reaching out to anyone who's possibly watching this, who is on the side that is celebrating, right? Just stop everything that you're doing right now. Go to Turning Point USA's YouTube channel and watch some videos. That's all. You can hate the things he has to say, but watch them and see what he truly believed. He was a devout Christian, a very devout Christian who believed that was the answer. Like, Christian faith, Christian beliefs is what was going to save this country. And that's what he preached. Just watch his videos. Don't listen to anything that mainstream media has to say. Don't listen to anything your friends have to say. Don't listen to anything anyone else has to say. Just watch the videos. And don't just watch one and go, oh, I don't agree with this point, and move on. Watch a few of them and see how you feel at the end of it. And if you still hate them, you still hate them. But if you are going to sit there and say that he was an evil person who was belligerent and forced his opinions on people and was rude, you would be lying. Like he was a very calm. In fact, one of my favorite clips of his was he was talking to someone and he didn't agree with them. Oh, he was on the Whatever podcast. I'm sure you've seen clips from that.
Oh yeah, I see that pod. Yeah,
he was on the Whatever podcast, and of course he was on this, and it was a bunch of
Fuck the Destroyer.
There was a bunch of OnlyFans people on the other side, and at the end of the conversation, the women actually said, "Oh, thank you. This is one of the most respectful, polite conversations we've ever had on this topic." And he honestly says, that's not me, that's the Holy Spirit. The real me would have been yelling and screaming and throwing stuff, but the Holy Spirit tells me, stay calm and let us talk through you, and that's it. And like, how can you sit there and say that this guy wasn't a true Christian? Because that's how he talked all the time. So yeah, like, just go watch his videos.
And yeah, go, definitely, I would say, if you're going to judge him, watch his video. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if two people are debating two ideas, and then one of those people is stuck, frustrated, and resorts to violence, their side has lost.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
No, I totally agree. Once you resort to violence, you've lost your argument. Plain and simple. Because you've proven you can't defend your side. You can't defend your argument. So you have to get violent.
And everybody that's like celebrating it, because it could be, oh boy, that's an extreme person. Oh, that sucks. No, they don't represent our argument. You're like, okay, cool. It's one isolated person that happened. But when you replicate it like that and celebrate it, you're all resorting to violence and you're all losing the argument or whatever it is you're representing.
Agreed. Yeah, so this is writer lost her job.
Yes, that's right. A writer did lose her job. Let me tell you, I actually don't agree with that. I know people are celebrating people losing their jobs over online opinions. But I don't know, man. Creative people are quirky. And I, for one, accept that. Just create cool shit. But I digress. Outside of that, though, the reason why I really don't agree is what about everybody else that worked on that book or was in line to work on that book? Really, all that's going to get crashed down because...
You know what? I totally agree with you on that. I think a better outcome would have been, well, fire her and then bring in another writer to take over the book, because I'm sure they had artists lined up. I'm sure they had...
That's what I'm saying, but they just canceled it. So I don't know. That's a bit of a knee jerk to me, man.
Frosty says, not saying he did, but you can still debate in a calm and friendly manner and still say some nasty things. This is true.
You can get you can get heated and say your mother's a snowblower, but once you get to blows, come on.
Your mother's a snowblower.
Yeah, it was what was that from Johnny Five? What was that? Short Circuit.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Your mother's a snowblower.
I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. Okay.
Yeah, don't ask.
All right. So yeah, just let's be honest. There's been a lot of people, if you've been following, that have been losing their jobs over posting stuff. So maybe don't post stuff. That's the thing.
Listen, you can just easily make some sort of burner account and say whatever the fuck you want.
I don't understand. Like, we live in a world where people are so hopped up on hate speech and so hopped up on cancel culture and all of this stuff. But yet you still feel like, and even regardless of that, you just look like a nasty person when you get on and go, oh, I'm happy he's dead. Like, why? In what world? That's my problem. In what world do you think that's okay? No one should ever celebrate someone dying, period.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Just go, oh, okay, move on about your day. Making a video and posting it, taking the time to do that.
Didn't they learn from Lord of the Rings? Because Frodo and Sam, oh, I wish Bilbo would have killed Gollum. And Gandalf explains, don't be so quick to deal with death. Gollum's still playing his part. And did he not?
Yes.
So come on, you uncultured swine.
And nobody tosses a dwarf. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna have now I got to go watch those movies again.
Absolutely.
All right, we could beat this topic to death. I have so much more I could say on it, but I
hope you got it out. Like I said,
got a lot of it out.
Good. Yeah. Okay. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to think nowadays to just going out and expressing your ideas can get you shot. That's scary.
We're going to be in New York City in a month, in less than a month, and
there's a lot of security measures there.
But we still got to walk from the hotel to the convention center. So
a guy will probably try to sell me a rap CD, and another guy is going to try to sell me a bracelet, and that's fine. All those things, I will keep my life. So, but yes, I do not. Although New York does have stringent gun laws, which I'm not a fan of, but I guess I'll be more of a fan, a little bit more of a fan.
Don't get me started. Don't. Let's see what the world's come October 1st, because fingers crossed, we're all still here. Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.